Psalms. Psalm 1. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand on the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of mockers. Rather his delight is in the law of Jehovah, and in his law he meditates by day and by night. And he will be like a tree transplanted beside streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season, and whose foliage does not wither, and everything he does prospers. The wicked are not so, but are like chaff, which the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor the sinners, in the assembly of the righteous. For Jehovah knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. Psalms. Psalm 2. Why are the nations in an uproar, and why do the peoples contemplate a vain thing? The kings of the earth take their stand, and the rulers sit in council together, against Jehovah and against his anointed. Let us break apart their bonds and cast their ropes away from us. He who sits in the heavens laughs, the Lord has them in derision. Then he will speak to them in his anger, and in his burning wrath he will terrify them. But I have installed my king upon Zion, my holy mountain. I will recount the decree of Jehovah. He said to me, You are my son, today I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will give the nations as your inheritance and the limits of the earth as your possession. You will break them with an iron rod, you will shatter them like a potter's vessel. Now therefore, O kings, be prudent, take the admonition, O judges of the earth. Serve Jehovah with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son lest he be angry and you perish from the way, for his anger may suddenly be kindled. Blessed are all those who take refuge in him. Psalms. Psalm 3. Jehovah, how many are my adversaries? Many are those who rise up against me. Many are those who say of my soul, there is no salvation for him in God. But you, O Jehovah, are a shield around me, my glory in the one who lifts up my head. With my voice I call out to Jehovah, and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lay down and slept, I awoke, for Jehovah sustains me. I will not fear the myriads of the people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Jehovah, save me, O my God. Oh, that you would strike all my enemies on the cheek, and break the teeth of the wicked. Salvation is of Jehovah, your blessing be upon your people. Psalms. Psalm 4. When I call out, answer me, O God of my righteousness, make room for me when I am in straits, be gracious to me and hear my prayer. O sons of men, how long will my glory be made a reproach? How long will you love vanity, will you seek a lie? But know that Jehovah sets apart the faithful man for himself. Jehovah hears when I call out to him. Be angry, yet do not sin, consider in your heart upon your bed, and be silent. Offer sacrifices of righteousness, and trust in Jehovah. Many are those who say, Who will show us any good? Lift up upon us the light of your countenance, O Jehovah. You have put joy in my heart, more than when the grain and new wine of others abound. In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Jehovah, cause me to dwell in safety. Psalms. Psalm 5. To my words give ear, O Jehovah, consider my moaning. Give heed to the sound of my cry, my King and my God, for to you do I pray. O Jehovah, in the morning you will hear my voice, in the morning I will set forth my words in order to you, and I will watch. For you are not a God who delights in wickedness, evil will not sojourn with you. Those who boast will not stand before your eyes, you hate all workers of iniquity. You will destroy those who speak lies. Jehovah abhors a man of bloodshed and deceit. But as for me, in the abundance of your loving kindness I will come into your house, I will bow down toward your holy temple in fear of you. O Jehovah, lead me in your righteousness on account of those who lie in wait for me, make your way straight before me. For there is no truth in their mouth, their inward part is corruption itself, their throat is an open grave, they flatter with their tongue. Hold them guilty, O God, let them fall by their own counsels, because of the multitude of their transgressions thrust them out, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice, let them shout for joy forever, and may you spread a cover over them, and those who love your name will exult in you. For you will bless the righteous man, O Jehovah, you will surround him with favor as with a shield. Psalms. Psalm 6. O Jehovah, do not rebuke me in your anger, nor chasten me in your burning wrath. Be gracious to me, O Jehovah, for I am languishing, heal me, O Jehovah, for my bones are shaken. And my soul is greatly shaken. But as for you, O Jehovah, how long? Return, O Jehovah, deliver my soul, save me for your lovingkindness' sake. For in death there is no remembrance of you, in Sheol who can give thanks to you? I am weary with my groaning, every night I cause my bed to swim, with my tears I dissolve my couch. My eye is wasted because of grief, it has aged because of all those who vex me. Depart from me, all you workers of iniquity, for Jehovah has heard the sound of my weeping. Jehovah has heard my supplication, Jehovah receives my prayer. All my enemies will be ashamed and greatly dismayed, they will turn back, they will be put to shame suddenly. Psalms. Psalm 7. O Jehovah my God, in you do I take refuge. Save me from all who pursue me, and deliver me. Lest he tear my soul like a lion, tearing it apart without anyone to deliver it. O Jehovah my God, if I have done this, if there is unrighteousness in my hands. If I have recompensed with evil him who was at peace with me, rather, I have delivered him who vexed me without cause. Let the enemy pursue my soul and overtake me, and let him trample my life to the ground and lay my glory down in the dust. Arise, O Jehovah, in your anger, lift yourself up against the overflowing wrath of those who vex me, and awake for me, you have commanded judgment. And let the assembly of the people surround you, and over it return on high. Jehovah will execute judgment on the peoples, judge me, O Jehovah, according to my righteousness and according to my integrity that is with me. Oh, let the evil of the wicked come to an end, but establish the righteous man. For the righteous God tries the hearts and the inward parts. My shield is with God, who saves the upright in heart. God is a righteous judge and a God who has indignation every day. If one does not turn, he will whet his sword. He bends his bow and makes it ready. And he prepares instruments of death against him, he has made his arrows fiery shafts. Behold, the evil man travails with iniquity, he conceives mischief and brings forth falsehood. He digs a pit and hollows it out, then he falls into the hole that he has made. His mischief returns upon his own head, and upon the crown of his own head his violence comes down. I will give thanks to Jehovah according to his righteousness, and I will sing psalms to the name of Jehovah the Most High. Psalms. Song 8. O Jehovah our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the earth, you who have set your glory over the heavens. Out of the mouths of babes and sucklings you have established strength because of your adversaries, to stop the enemy and the avenger. When I see your heavens, the works of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have ordained. What is mortal man, that you remember him, and the Son of Man, that you visit him? You have made him a little lower than angels and have crowned him with glory and honor. For you have caused him to rule over the works of your hands, you have put all things under his feet. All sheep and oxen, as well as the beasts of the field. The birds of heaven and the fish of the sea, whatever passes through the paths of the seas. O Jehovah our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the earth. Psalms. Psalm 9. I will give thanks to you, O Jehovah, with all my heart, I will tell out all your wonders. I will rejoice and exult in you, I will sing psalms to your name, O Most High. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish at your presence. For you have upheld my right and my cause, you sit on the throne, judging righteously. You have rebuked the nations, you have destroyed the wicked, you have blotted out their name forever and ever. The enemies are finished, they are in perpetual ruins, and you have uprooted their cities, the very memory of them has perished. But Jehovah sits enthroned forever, he has established his throne for judgment. And it is he who judges the world with righteousness, he executes judgment on the peoples with equity. And Jehovah is a high retreat for the oppressed, a high retreat in times of distress. And those who know your name put their trust in you, for you have not forsaken those who seek you, O Jehovah. Sing psalms to Jehovah, the inhabitant of Zion, declare his deeds among the peoples. For he who avenges bloodshed remembers those who were slain, he does not forget the cry of the afflicted. Be gracious to me, O Jehovah, look on my affliction from those who hate me, you who raised me from the gates of death. That I may tell out all your praises and, in the gates of the daughter of Zion, exult in your salvation. The nations have sunk in the pit that they have made, in the net that they hid, their own foot is caught. Jehovah has made himself known, he has executed justice, the wicked have been snared in the work of their hands. The wicked will be turned back to Sheol, all the nations who forget God. For not always will the needy be forgotten, nor will the hope of the afflicted perish forever. Arise, O Jehovah! Let not mortal man prevail, let the nations be judged in your sight. Put them in fear, O Jehovah, let the nations know that they are mortal men. Psalms. Psalm 10. Why, O Jehovah, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in times of distress? Arrogantly the wicked hotly pursue the poor, may they be caught in the plots that they devise. For the wicked man boasts of the desire of his soul, and the rapacious man curses, even despises, Jehovah. The wicked man, according to the haughtiness of his countenance, says, he will not require it, all his thoughts are this, there is no God. His ways succeed at all times, your judgments are on high, out of his sight, as for all his adversaries, he snorts at them. He has said in his heart, I will not be shaken, I will be in no trouble forever. His mouth is full of curses and of deceit and oppression, under his tongue are mischief and iniquity. He sits in the ambushes of the open villages, in hidden places he murders the innocent, his eyes secretly watch for the unfortunate. He lurks in secret like a lion in its covert, he lurks ready to seize the poor, he seizes the poor, drawing them up in his net. He stoops, he crouches, and the unfortunate fall by his mighty claws. He has said in his heart, God has forgotten, he has hidden his face, he will never see this. Arise, O Jehovah, O God, lift up your hand. Do not forget the poor. Why does the wicked man despise God and say in his heart, you will not require it? You do see. For you observe mischief and vexation, to requite it with your own hand. To you the unfortunate one commits his cause, you have been the help of the orphan. Break the arm of the wicked man and the evildoer, seek out his wickedness until you find no more. Jehovah is king forever and ever, the nations have perished from his land. You have heard the desire of the lowly, O Jehovah, you will establish their heart, you will cause your ears to listen. In order to execute justice for the orphan and the oppressed one, that the mortal man of the earth may terrorize no longer.